All right, hello and welcome to another edition of Props and Picks TV. It is June 8th. I'm Adam, here with Frank. Frank,
What up? What up?
have you had any success here recently in the French Open?
Just in tennis, but I lost a little bit of money on Coco Graf against Sublinka. I thought Sublinka would win because she won. I think the last time down one set, but Coco actually came back and surprisingly the American won. So, but right now I have Janik Skinner winning, so hopefully that comes through for me.
Okay, perfecto. Nice. Yeah, I had some. I ended up breaking even last night on UFC, but if a couple things swung a little differently, it would have been a really good night. But to break even is a win for me, so we will take that. I had Kayla Harrison, Marab Divashili, and some guy I've never heard of, but he always scores big. And I had over on their fantasy points 120 up to 480. So we, yeah, boosted it up a bit here. But yeah, I do see some spots in today's games. Again, another full slate. First game, me and Frank were looking up the starting pitcher in this matchup, and it's not entirely clear if it's Connor Gillespie or not. Either way, it doesn't really change much. But we have Miami taking on Tampa Bay, Connor Gillespie or someone else taking on Drew Rasmussen. Tampa Bay's a minus 238 favorite, over under set at 8.5 runs. Who do you have in this one?
I'm leaning towards Tampa Bay right now, but also the under. Well, the starting pitcher on ESPN is Anthony Veneziano. He's like a relief pitcher. He's been doing pretty well right now, but it's an unknown who the pitcher is. So I slightly lean the under, but I'm not sure who the pitcher is. So and also Tampa Bay.
All right. Yeah, I do like Tampa Bay in this matchup, regardless of which starting pitcher. They are a pretty big favorite here, but I do like Caminero on the Tampa Bay side over hits, runs, RBIs, going up against a bad, in my opinion, bad pitcher. In either scenario, I think there's a good chance here that he could hit that pretty easily. So yeah, give me that, and again, give me Tampa Bay. Moving on, San Diego, Milwaukee. Ryan Berger going up against Freddie Peralta. Milwaukee is a minus 177 favorite. Over under set at 8.5 runs. Both of these pitchers are pretty good. Looking at the lineup specifically, no props stick out here, but I would lean Milwaukee. I think Freddie Peralta's got the better track record here, and they're playing at home, so I would lean Milwaukee here, but not entirely confident because San Diego's offense is also pretty good and a pretty even pitching matchup here. What's your take on this game?
Um, I also lean towards Milwaukee. Freddie Peralta has been pitching pretty well, and they've in the last 5 games they won only two, but I lean Peralta. He's doing pretty well right
All right. Next two games are being played on the East Coast, both potential for rain delays or postponements. So keep that in mind with both of these next two games. Texas taking on Washington. Caleb Boschley going against Trevor Williams. Texas minus 129 favorite, over under set at 9 runs. And this pitcher Caleb Boschley, I believe he is just going to pitch a couple innings here. Yeah, it looks like he's never pitched more than 3 innings in a game. So we might get a bullpen game, might get a mid reliever coming in. Um, but I'll take Washington in here. I always like to pick them. Their lineup has been absolutely crushing it this season. So yeah, give me Washington. If I were to pick a prop, I always like James Wood. Alex Call's been playing really well. I noticed that Abrams is not in this game. I don't know if he picked up an injury or is getting the day off, but yeah, give me Tampa Bay here. What about you? Or sorry, Washington.
now. Let's see. I also lean Washington during this game. Trevor Williams has been one of the most unlucky pitchers in Major League Baseball,
I don't know. He's
and
pretty
I just
bad.
feel like Yeah, he is. He is. But I still think the Nationals will be able to get enough runs to win during
Okay,
this game.
fair enough. All right, moving on. This is another game that's got a high chance. And oh, I see a comment here. Can we get a six home run parlay? I need a moonshot. Oh,
Uh,
we'll cook one up for you. We'll cook one up for you. Bet the house on it.
I usually like to do 2 or 3. That's the max legs because it's
Yeah, well, he that's not what he
the odds
wants.
are astronomically bad when it goes higher than that.
Yeah, well, that's not what he's looking for. He needs to save the house. The mortgage is going under. He needs a six home run parlay. He needs a moonshot. So we're gonna come up with it for him today. And if you do hit that, um, we're gonna need at least 10% because that would be ridiculous. And I'm not betting that. Moving on, Philly Pittsburgh again. This game is gonna probably get rained out. We got Sanchez versus Paul Skeens. Pittsburgh is actually favored in this matchup minus 119. Over under is a putrid 6.5 runs. Dang, that might be the lowest under I've seen in a while. And you can see it. Two good pitchers. We got weather playing a role. Balls blowing in. I could definitely see where this hits the under. But give me Pittsburgh. I love Paul Skeens. I think he might be just getting started on the season here. I mean, their win-loss record is not that great when he plays, but um, I do think he's gonna get the W today. What about you?
Um, I actually leaned under, even though it's 6.5. These two pitchers are they're pretty good pitchers, both of them, and that's what my take is. But I don't really have a side in this game.
All right, fair enough. Houston versus Cleveland. Brandon Walter going up against Tanner Beebe. Cleveland a minus 148 favorite. Over under set at 7.5 runs. And this game, I am going to probably lean towards Cleveland because every time I bet against Tanner Beebe, he destroys me. No props really sticking out, but yeah, give me Tanner Beebe and the Cleveland in this one. What about you?
Um, I'm leaning Cleveland. Mm, Tanner Beebe's been doing pretty well, and Bryce Walter. Um, I think he's injured. He was injured. Anyways,
Brandon Walter.
first game, I think he was injured. Last game was 520. Um, he lost against Tampa Bay, and I don't think he's that good of a
No, he got
pitcher.
no, he got
Yeah,
he got called up to the major leagues. He pitched one time. Yeah,
he
Tampa
did.
Bay, 5 innings, pitched 5 earned runs. I
No.
think he got sent back down, and they're bringing him back up again. Is what we're seeing
Gotcha,
here.
gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Well, I like Tanner Beebe way more. So, and Cleveland Guardians lineup, I think, is more trustworthy.
all right. Fair enough. Next game, Chicago, Detroit. Cade Horton going up against Jack Flaherty. Detroit is actually favored minus 116, and over under is set at 8 runs. I'll let you start this one off.
I'm leaning the Cubs. You gotta support the Cubs, I'm from Chicago, but I lean Cubs. Chris Horton has been pitching pretty well lately
you,
against Jack Flaherty.
you keep messing up the
What's up?
first names of the pitchers.
Oh, Cade Horton, my bad.
No,
Jack Flaherty is he's like feast or famine. Like he does really well and then he does really bad. But right now his last 3 games he's 2-3. Hmm. But Cubs bats have been on fire, so I lean the Cubs.
all right. Yeah, here there is a prop that sticks out for me. Kyle Tucker has done really well against Jack Flaherty in a limited sample size. So really like his over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and you can get some pretty good odds out there for that. Also, always like PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, in a matchup here to go over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I actually would take Kyle Tucker. You know what? We'll start off. We asked for a 6 leg home run parlay. I'm just going to circle back here, see if there's anybody. So I would take Kyle Tucker here. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right, first leg, Kyle Tucker. I feel like we're playing bingo. All right, moving back. All right, so yeah, I'll take Chicago in this game as well. Jack Flaherty left the Cardinals. He's a piece of shit. So moving on, Arizona going against Cincinnati. Zach Gallen going against Bradley Singer. Arizona's minus 120 favorite. Over under is really high at 9.5 runs. Um, I'll start off on this one. I did some research on Zach Gallen because he's having a bad season. I looked up his stats against Cincinnati in the past, and Cincinnati does not do well against him. So looking at that, and with this being a closely lined game, Bradley Singer is not having a season he had in the past with KC. I think I'm going to go Arizona and Zach Gallen here, just because he's had a lot of success against this team. And it's a pretty good money line on this game, and I do think that they do have the better overall lineup. So yeah, give me Arizona here. What about you?
Yeah, as you said, both pitchers are doing far worse than they were last year. Okay, Brady Singer is really he was one of the go-to pitchers in when he was in KC. Zach Gunn did much better last year. I'm actually leaning also towards Diamondbacks this game, but you can take a look at the over also because both pitchers are horrible right now.
Yeah, I was thinking over, but at the same time, I do think Zach Allen has a good game, which would reduce the runs on the Cincinnati side. So that's why I was a little nervous because do have a feeling he's going to have a good game. So maybe betting his over on fantasy points would be the play here with Zach Allen. But yeah, I could see the over, but also I just got that sneaky suspicion Zach Allen is gonna have a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, KC versus Chicago. Michael Lorenzing against Mike Vassell. We got KC minus 129 favorite. Over under set at 9 runs. And yeah, give me KC here. I know you look at the ERAs and Mike Vassell is much better, but I do think that Casey's got the much better lineup. And looking at Mike Vassell, don't know a whole lot about this guy. He is also not really pitching a full. He's pitching like looks like he's got a 40-50. They might be working him up to like a 60 um, pitch count, but he's only pitching like 3 innings, so I wouldn't be too concerned about this. Give me KC. No props though from this game.
This game is tough. We already lost two picks on KC in the last 2 days. Okay,
God, all right, we maybe
Sox
we,
have
we
been
probably
winning a
shouldn't bet
lot.
on this one then. That's
Yeah, I don't have a pick, but if I were to pick, I would pick the value side and pick White Sox because I know Vassell, I don't know how to say his last name, but he hasn't been pitching a lot, but he's been pitching well in those 3 innings or how many innings he's been pitching.
like 1.5
So
innings. No, he's pitching
yeah,
like three and
so
a third.
I thought KC would destroy it with the White Sox, but apparently not.
Well, they will today, right? They can't lose them all. They
I
can't
don't have
lose
a
them
skin in
all.
the game, but the value's at White Sox right now because KC's bats are not there. Yesterday was terrible, 4-1. They lost to the White Sox. 7-2. They lost to the White Sox the day before.
All right.
So
All right,
I don't
proceed with caution in that one. Next game, Toronto, Minnesota. Bowden Francis not doing good this year, going up against Joe Ryan. We've got Minnesota minus 178 favorite, over under set at 8.5 runs. I'll take this one off and let you start the next one, but I do have a strong take here. I am leaning strongly towards Minnesota. Bowden Francis is a poo-poo, and Larnach, the second hitter in the lineup, crushes him. So I would take Larnach over home runs, hits, RBIs, over hits, runs, RBIs, or a home run. And I would also do the same with Brown and Buxton. Wouldn't use those in combination though, just in case one of them goes off and the other one doesn't. So we'll go Larnach though for the parlay, 6 pick home run Hail Mary parlay as our second piece. I do like him a lot here. So all right, this is going to be a very high multiplier when we're done. But what's your take on this game?
uh, the Twins. Joe Ryan is a much better pitcher, and even though Toronto Blue Jays have beat the Twins by 2 runs the yesterday and the day before. I still have to pick the Twins because both Bowden Francis is not a good pitcher.
All right. And I would also like to add that the wind is blowing 17 miles per hour today in Minnesota. So that's another reason why I like Larnack or Buxton to hit a home run here. I don't even know who Matt Wallner is. Okay, journeyman backup outfielder. Okay, but yeah, so I do think that's a good value pick. You don't have to put it in a 6 home run parlay, but you can link that up with one other person who we might talk about here in a moment who's got a good chance of hitting a home run. Um, Next game, Dodgers going up against St. Louis. Clayton Kershaw against Michael McCreevy. I believe he's making his second start of the year for the Cardinals. Dodgers a minus 137 favorite. Over under set at 9 runs. And I'll let you start this one off.
Um, I want to say the Dodgers, but Clayton Kershaw has not been doing well last 2 years. In 2023, his ERA was 2.46. 2024, 4.5, and now in 2025, it's above 5 now. But I do think the Dodgers bats wake up during this game. Last game was horrible. They only scored one run. I do think they wake up this game and they take the win.
All right, yeah, I see two scenarios here. Michael McGreevy, who's had a pretty good minor league season this year, 55 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts, 2.78 ERA. Um, if we look at, do we have a pitch count here on him? Guess we don't. But I do think Cardinals sweep the series here, which would be crazy to say. But give me Michael McCreevy. Clayton Kershaw historically has gotten rocked mostly in the playoffs by the Cardinals. And I could see it either way. I could either see the Dodgers winning a high scoring game with because of their bats, because I do think the Cardinals are going to score off Clayton Kershaw, or I see Michael McCreevy coming out here having 5, 6 strong innings, and then the bullpen taking over, and the Cardinals win like 5-2 or something. But give me the Cardinals. So we got some discrepancy here on that one. Um, Next game, Mets going up against the Colorado Rockies. Tyler McGill going up against Chase Dollinger. New York Mets are a heavy favorite, minus 281, and over under set at 10.5 runs. Who do you got in this one?
Uh, Obviously the Mets 1.5. Even though Dollinger has been playing better, he's been doing pretty good actually this year. But his ERA is still above 6. Um, and the Mets have one of the better lineups in the minor league or the major league baseball. So I still choose the Mets minus 1.5.
Yeah, let me see if we got an updated lineup for them today. We do not yet. So, you're going Mets. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to go Mets. We did correctly
Yeah.
pick Colorado to win 2 of their 12 games in their last series. Um, but I don't think it continues here. Chase Dollinger, I thought, I watched his debut. He's got some good stuff. We look at his minor league stats, and he's doing pretty good in the minor leagues. He just doesn't, he's still filling himself out here. Um, I do think he gets absolutely rocked by New York, and I like Lindor. I like Soto here, and I'm gonna say one of them is gonna hit a home run. And for our home run parlay, I think I'm gonna go Juan Soto. He's got the most raw power. He's been coming on of late. He's had a slow start to the season. So give me Juan Soto for the third leg of our parlay. And we are already at a 55x multiplier, and we're only halfway there. So yes, yeah, it won't take much money to go far in this one. Okay. But yeah, give me New York. Moving on, Baltimore and Athletics. We got Tomoyoki Sagano going up against Jacob Lopez. Baltimore's only a minus 143 favorite. Wow, that's kind of shocking. Over under set at 11 runs. So they think there's a lot of runs that are going to be scored in this game. I think Baltimore is going to be scoring a majority of them, and I do think they're going to win. I think they're going to win pretty convincingly. And that line of minus 143 is kind of crazy to me, because the Baltimore pitcher is doing really well this season. I actually am going to be a little spicy and go Baltimore minus 1.5. I also like any of the top three hitters on the Baltimore side. I like any of them to go over on hits, runs, and RBIs today. What about you?
Um, I like the money line for Baltimore. Even though Sugano is like the worst Japanese pitcher in the league right now, compared to the other two on you know um, the Dodgers. But anyways, uh, I still think they're gonna beat the Athletics. The Athletics has just been giving up too many runs in too many games.
Yeah, I mean they do have a very young, promising lineup, but for whatever reason, they're always usually known for their pitching. But this year, not the case. Some of these guys that have had success in the past, though, aren't really having success. So I mean, outside of Max Muncy, um, who cannot be having a good year. Yeah, I'm not really sure. This is not the same Max Muncy. All right, never mind. But anyway, um, yeah, Athletics are going to lose this game. 3 games left on the slate. Atlanta going up against San Francisco. Spencer Strider not having a good year at any stretch of the imagination. Going up against Landon Raup. Atlanta's a minus 119 favorite. Over under set at 8 runs. Who do you got in this one?
Uh, Let me see here. Sorry. I actually choose San Francisco. Spencer Strider is just not the same pitcher from last year. They've lost his last 4 games out of 5. So, um, and I just think the Giants have a better lineup, and Rope has been pitching better.
Okay.
He's yeah.
I was definitely going to go San Francisco here as well. Spencer Strider gave up 3 home runs in his last pitching appearance, and the wind's blowing out 60 miles per hour in the San Francisco Bay. So I think he's going to give up a couple more at least today, and that gives us a good opportunity to add a fourth pick to our home run parlay. And it's going to be difficult. I'm just going to confirm some stats if Strider has faced this team. I was looking curiously at Chapman. No one has hit a home run off of him. This is tough. I do want to pick somebody here. Jun Ho Lee, no. Willie Adames, no. Alright, well, we're going to go Ramos. I don't love it. We're getting a little crazy here, though. We're going to go Haley Ramos, which bumped us up to a 305x multiplier. All right, two away here. 2 games left, so we're going to have to pick a... Might have to go circle backwards and find somebody else. We got Seattle Mariners going up against Los Angeles Angels. George Kirby, another guy not having a good season, going up against Tyler Anderson, left-handed pitcher. Seattle's a minus 129 favorite. Over under set at 8.5 runs. Who do you have in this one?
I gotta side with the Angels. George Kirby is just not doing well at all this year. Last year he was pretty good, but this year he's lost all of his games. His ERA is above 8, and his away ERA is above 12. Even though I don't like
Ooh.
what's his name, Tyler Anderson.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's a really good pitcher.
Mr.
But
Anderson.
you got to choose Angels here because George Kirby is just so bad.
Yeah, he's like really bad. So looking at props here, I do like Zach Neto and I do like Taylor Ward over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and I am going to pick the Angels in this matchup. we are going to take the fifth leg of our parlay here, and we're going to go Taylor Ward for a home run.
Like I just don't understand. His ERA last year was below 4, and this year is above 8. Like I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Well, we're already up to a 1345x multiplier on the home run picks. We got to pick one more here for the viewer. I don't think it's coming from this game though. I got Boston versus New York. Hunter Dobbins going up against Carlos Rodon. Yankees a minus 226 favorite. Over under set at 8 runs. And this one has a possibility of a rain delay, so I wouldn't take any props on pitchers here. But I'm not. I don't really like picking a team here. I have zero confidence in this, but just give me the Yankees. Better lineup. Who do you got in this one?
Uh, it's a hard pick. I think Hunter Dobbins is a better pitcher than his current ERA showing, and Boston last month was not doing too hot. So I think they'll wake up a little bit here, and I think the value's in the Boston Red Sox this game.
Okay, fair enough.
But I wouldn't put any money on this game.
A couple things I forgot to go over. Heliot Ramos for San Francisco. I like him over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. If I didn't already say it already. And there was one other one I forgot. I do not, I'm mid-level confident on this one, but Michael McGreevy over 3.5 strikeouts against the Dodgers. It just kind of depends on your take on which set of Dodgers come out today. And Michael McGreevy's success against one of the best lineups, a little risky. Um, and just circling back, he's had 4 strikeouts in like almost every single game again, but he's playing a much better team, and they're not by any means a easy to strike out lineup, but there are players on that lineup that you can definitely strike out. So yeah, we need one more player for a 6-man home run parlay, and I don't think we took anybody from Baltimore, so we got to pick one of these Baltimore bats. And I think I'm going to go Gunnar Henderson here for a fourth one.
Well, yeah, he's like the best player on that team.
Well, yeah. All right. $20 will net you $40,000 if this hits today. And again, we appreciate any money that's donated if this 20,000 2,000 parlay hits. Even if 4 hit, you get 10x. This flex play is pretty spicy. Well, okay, this must be over the multiplier because you still get 2,000x on this one. So make sure if you do this in price picks, you pick the flex play because you'll still get payouts for 4, 5, and 6 in the max payout on the power play. So one of these is just overly juiced. And if I were to rank these 6 players, how would you rank these 6 players, Frank, in terms of who you think's got the best chance to hit home run today? For people who don't want to do a 6-pick parlay and want to go a little bit lower, what give me your top 3 that you think will hit a home run?
Hit a home run?
Yeah, I
goes Shohei Ohtani.
Okay, he's not on here.
You mean the ones you picked?
Yeah, we got Kyle Tucker, Trevor Larnach, Juan Soto, Heliot Ramos, Taylor Ward, Gunnar Henderson.
You're way better at picking, player props than me. So I'll probably choose Gunnarsson because that's the only name I know.
Fair. I'm actually gonna throw $10 on this. Because why not? If 5 of them hit, you still get 50x. 4 of them hit, you get 10x. I mean, probably not gonna hit, but let's do it. Hopefully it used my promo bet on that and not my actual money. All right, and then I'll go ahead and do one more here. I know we got to get out of here soon, but I'm going to put together a hits, runs, RBIs parlay here for you. And again, prize picks, you $5 deposit, get $50, and bonus bets, link in the description to sign up below. Those signups will get you the access to that bonus money, and helps support the channel when you go through there. But looking here, starting off, Kyle Tucker. I'm going to go over hits, runs, RBIs on him. And we talked about it earlier, and I do think I might lean towards this Michael McGreevy over 3.5 strikeouts. Um,
Yo,
what's up?
I the Miami game already teed off, and I think the pitcher is A Venezia.
Is that who you said it should have
Yeah,
been?
Anthony Veneziano. Yeah, it's on ESPN.
Oh, okay. Well, now we know. Here we go. Can I not? All right, Trevor. Trevor doesn't have a 1.5, but we're gonna give Trevor a little boost here. Lindor, Soto. I think Holiday was the only one at 1.5.
Yeah, it was an early game.
Oh, I'm not doing that. I'll do Henderson. How many we got so far? Henderson, and let's finish it off with. I think I'm gonna go Lindor. Can I bet 1.5? Perfect. I don't love this. I'm leaning taking this one out, but I'll let it slide. I'll do a flex play on this one. All right, and that's all I got here. Any other picks? Any French Open predictions? Anything else that you kind of want to go over?
Now the French Open's almost over, so Kokograph won the women's French Open, and then I think this is the finals for the men's. I'm not too sure. I think so.
Gotcha.
No, both women men was number one and number two ATP rankings versus each other.
Okay. Oh, we got someone in the chat. Give me money. We hope that this will give you money, and let us know if anything that we helped you out with today um, contributes to success, and put it down in the comments. But yeah, like the video, follow the channel, subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow, possibly tonight, to break down tomorrow's slate. But thanks for watching.